All right, so I wanted to bring you guys kind of a different video today. I don't know why I'm doing this. Sometimes I get this weird little bug in my head. I'm like, I gotta just do a video on this. And I worked a super long day today for my day job, and my kids aren't here. My wife is at work, so I'm alone, and it gives me time to just like have some mental clarity. But also, it's just important, I think, to reset every now and then mentally and just let other people, I guess, know about it. And I don't know, there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. I figured if I can share this with you guys, maybe it helps somebody out there that has a perception in their head of of something, and maybe I'm changing it. I'll leave it at that. But so the reason why I'm doing this, I tweeted this out the other day. I said, you ever find yourself collecting so often, but you work too much to enjoy what you're collecting? To break that sentence down, like, I work a lot. Like, you guys know me on YouTube here on this channel, but I work a full 9 to 5, and I have 2 kids, and I have a wife, and I have parents that are close by that are elderly, and I have 2 elderly dogs. Both of them are on their last legs, literally. So it's been like, it's challenging. There's a lot of weight on my shoulders, literally because I'm overweight, but also because I have a lot of stuff going on, and it's super important for me to have that my own reminder to take a step back and reassess what I'm doing to make sure that that's the best things that I should be doing. And I guess a case in point is, if you guys didn't know this on my YouTube channels, this isn't my first channel. This is my 3rd channel. And 2 of my other channels were video game channels, and I used to post content daily on the video game channels for years, and I had a lot of fun, super fun, super fun time playing Call of Duty and other games, and I did Let's Plays and stuff. But at the end of the day, when I was started this sneaker channel, I was making way more money off of this channel, and it was a tenth of the size of my video game channel. Now, one of them has like 70,000 subscribers. So at that point, I was like, I need to figure this out. I was putting too much time into making videos for the video game channel and not seeing any return. And it wasn't about the money, but it was more about the time. The fact that I spent so much time playing all night, being tired the next day, working a full-time job as well at the time, while I was doing that. It was crazy. Luckily, I didn't have any kids, and so it was easier. But my point is, that was when I started YouTube. I had this video game channel, and then at some point, there's something had to fall because I couldn't balance everything. I couldn't balance a wife. I couldn't balance multiple YouTube channels and a day job. And I was also DJing. So that was the other thing. I was DJing 20 weddings this summer. I was DJing nightclubs back then too. So I was doing 2 nights a week in nightclubs and then doing weddings as I transitioned into the summer. So I was full time, all the time on all the different things that I was doing. So like, sometimes you just need to take a step back and reevaluate and go, what am I missing? Because if I'm doing too much things, something's going to break eventually, or the process, something is not always going to be perfect if you're just overdoing it. And I don't get enough time to enjoy my sneakers is kind of the point. Like, I am the example. I'm the one that's collecting so often that I don't get to take a step back and enjoy it. I do enjoy sneakers, as you guys hopefully can see from the channel, but it's not the only thing that defines me. And there's a lot of other things that go into making YouTube videos other than just recording the new shoes that I got. Is the editing and trying to figure out when to do all the little pieces to put together a simple video for you guys. It's a lot of different steps. So I enjoy it and I have a lot of fun with it, but I don't have enough time in my spare time to, let's say, work out. I know I'm overweight. It sucks. I hate it. It's been a long time, and there's no excuse when I'm working from home for my day job, and I'm home 24/7, other than the fact that obviously, like I already just disclosed, I work around the clock. So it's tough, and I have to figure out the break and the balance and the point where I can actually go in and work out and actually get that accomplished for the day as well. So I'm disclosing a lot to you guys, but at the end of the day, it's how I feel, right? I need to work out. I need to make time for myself to work out. And right now I'm so busy that something's got to give, and I have to figure out what that is to be able to make it to the next round. And basically, like, I had a kids channel as well, for a kids YouTube channel for Harrison that I've been doing for a couple of years. He has 5,000 subscribers all of a sudden on there. It's super crazy. 100% of the funds from his channel go directly into his college savings account. I have a different account specifically for him for his money. And he's made quite a few thousands of dollars on that little small channel. And so I wish I could continue to make those those videos, but I don't have enough time to edit. So that's the one thing that's fell off for now, as well as the fact that I haven't been able to work out. Anyway, moving on as the dogs are barking. I always say, remember to find balance with whatever crazy hobbies you have. And it's okay to be passionate about material things. Just don't let them define who you are or let the cost exceed what you are okay losing. And I mean cost as in financial, but also, I guess, more than just financial. Financial cost is definitely a thing to consider when you're buying sneakers. I buy a $200 pair of sneakers every other day, it seems like, for this channel to do reviews on them. And some of them get nothing for views, 5,000 views. Other ones get 200,000 views. So you never really know which one's going to jump off and do really well. At the end of the day, it's kind of my job to be able to do it, but I'm also really excited and happy to see a lot of the shoes that come out. Now, some of the shoes I get and I'm not really feeling them, I'll end up returning them. That doesn't happen as often as I would like because I keep way more than I need. As you can see, all the stuff over here doesn't even have a home. There's more stuff on that wall that doesn't have a home either. And so I have to figure out how to reconstruct this wall and reallocate some of the shoes. And if there's a new pair that I want to go on the wall, I have another pair that's sitting somewhere in the room, and I have to figure out how to balance all of that, which is silly because you think that it's like a fun, easy job to do, which it totally is. But again, I'm like, I don't have time to do it. So anyway, it's important to have, well, yeah, so I was saying the cost, not only financial cost, because obviously the financial cost, I wanted to double down on that because the financial cost is super important. You don't want to be spending more than you're making on stuff. In fact, this is a luxury, and I want it to be known, and you guys already know this for the most part, and hopefully I'm just preaching to the choir, but like sneakers are a luxury. You should be able to have like a pair or so for your feet if that's all you care about. And if you like to watch YouTube videos on sneakers because you're just interested in learning about this stuff, then that's cool as well. But you don't have to buy the new shoes that come out every single week and go for broke doing so. If you have a situation where you don't have enough money coming in to be able to pay for that, or you're paying for those strictly on credit card, and you're going financially in debt because of your hobbies, then you need to make like a self-evaluation and reevaluate what's important to you. Because going down that hole is not worth it. It was fun for me to be able to buy sneakers starting out years and years ago. I had the hobby of DJing that turned into a side business that I made some pretty good money on. And I was able to take that money and buy sneakers with it, with the extra money that I was making. And now obviously I can do a little bit more of a business thing because I have the YouTube channel that I run full time here. And so it makes more logical sense for me than an average person. But I want you guys to understand there is a difference in that. Like, I'm not just here trying to showboat all the sneakers that I have, which I get it. Technically I am, because that's what the YouTube channel has, which is, sidebar, another reason why I struggle with this stuff is because I don't want to come across all materialistic, but at the same time I have 100% materialistic channel. So I struggle with it every year. It's really tough for me to like try to tell you guys, don't go spending your money on a bunch of shoes and then have a bunch of shoes that I'm showing you guys. It's just like teasing in a sense. And you know, and I'm not the hugest channel out there. There's a lot of people that have way bigger channels than myself, and I'll get into that in a second as well. But ultimately, it's just important for you to be okay with who you are as an individual and not feel like you have to go chase what other people have been chasing and try to catch up to somebody else. It pains me more than you guys know when I see a comment in my comments section of a picture that I post, or, you know, whatever, that says like my sneaker room is goals, or it's something that you guys like look up to in a sense. And part of it's like, cool, like, you know, I get it, like the bump, because like I love to be able to connect with other people that have sneakers and like sneakers and are part of that community of sneakers, right? But the pain part comes because I know there's some people out there doing the most and they can't afford it, and it's really going to put them in a financial bind, and it's something that they're trying to do to have something that they shouldn't be having necessarily at that moment in time. Maybe in the future, it's one of those things that, as I mentioned in the past, like if you can't afford the expensive stuff that you want, and you have to have a roof over your head and a car, and, you know, maybe this was my situation, right? Like I grew up pretty poor, not the poorest, but I went to a private school. My parents paid for my college, or my they didn't pay for my, I paid for my college 100%. They paid for my high school on credit card. Like that's how much money we had. We didn't have enough money for them to pay for this private education. They charge it to the game, and it was terrible. I mean, I hated to see that. But now you picture I'm a poor kid going to a rich kid's school, right? It was pretty difficult to see, and so like I have this old beater 90 like 86 Dodge Omni piece of crap car, and then I have other friends that are driving brand new Beamers or something like that. And I'm sitting here, my next car, I'm paying more money for my car insurance and my car payments than they were paying for their brand new car because they didn't have to pay for their car insurance. They just had to pay for their car payments. And I'm paying for everything right out the gate. So like I'm buying like a car that's 10 years older than somebody else, and I'm paying more than what they're paying. I felt like, kind of gypped in a sense. And I know that there's people out there that probably feel the same exact way. When you look at other people and you look at the things that they have and the things that you have, you're supposed to be equals, but they have a lot more than you. And then you want to be able to have that. It's a hard thing to grasp when you're younger. And it's even harder when you're in a situation where, I don't know, when the material things mean more than they should. So I always like to just level set from time to time with you guys, and just you guys should know that the material things are just material things. Sneakers are sneakers. They're fun. Yes, there's a monetary value to the shoes. They are worth money depending on what you're chasing. And ultimately, though, you got to think twice about what you're really chasing and what your value is as an individual. My value is not in the sneakers that I have in the room. And so when I said, don't let them define you and like who you are, like basically that's what I mean. I mean, these sneakers are awesome, but you know what? Like I don't, if this house burnt down, knock on wood that it doesn't, but like if it burned down and I didn't have insurance on any of this stuff and it all went away and I lost everything, I'm luckily enough that I can be in a position financially where I'd be okay, which is good. But also, I don't need this stuff. This stuff is the business, which is fun, but it doesn't define me. Like I have my family that I support and love and care about, and I have friends that I care about and love as well. And my friends don't care if I have a shoe wall behind me or a blank wall behind me. My kids don't care either. Like so. Ultimately, these things, as much as I love collecting them and have so much fun collecting sneakers, they don't define me as an individual. And I want, hopefully, if one person out there just understands that and then realizes and can reflect on themselves and go, he's right. Like they don't define me. So why am I chasing all these things? Like that's really kind of, I guess, the driving point of this video. I just want people to know, hit that reset button. Don't try to keep up with the next person if it's putting you out. If you're doing it and you're having fun because you like to collect and you like the stuff, I mean, I get that. But that's exactly what got me into this position that I'm in right now. But you can still be passionate, and it doesn't make you any less of a sneaker fanatic if you own the shoe or if you appreciate the shoe. Let that sink in for a second. There's shoes that I really, really like and I appreciate more than anybody. And I can talk to anybody about them and talk about how cool they are. And it doesn't make me a better person from having the shoe versus me being passionate about it. So consider that. It's something that I think about on a regular basis. But anyway, what else did I say here as I'm rambling around? This is a rambling video, so I apologize if you guys are like, what in the hell is Hess talking about? But if some of you guys get it, more power to you guys, because it makes me feel better about doing something like this. The last thing I said is, so I said also, don't chase other people's successes. I think this is important because, even as a larger channel on YouTube, I have over 500,000 subscribers, on this channel, which is amazing. It's insane that I get more than 100 views on a video, and there's thousands of views depending on the video. But I don't want to chase other people's successes. And what I mean by that is there's other YouTubers out there. We know them. We love them that I follow. And they started way, way smaller than me. And now they're, twice as big as me or whatever. Like at the end of the day, I can't compare what I'm offering for sneaker content as to what other people are offering for their sneaker content. And if they do phenomenally well and blow up, I'm not doing anything that other than this. I'm clapping and cheering them on because it's not a competition for me to be in competition with other people in the sneaker space. And I'm not saying this because just for any reason other than I want you guys to know it's okay to not chase other people's successes. Other people are going to be much more successful Seth Fowler is an example, somebody I really look up to. Cousteau, both of those guys had way less subscribers than me when they started, and now they're going to both be over 1 million soon. I bet Seth's getting close to it. They're really, really good in their craft, and I appreciate the fact that I'm in the same circle as them. But if I was trying to chase their successes, I would feel like such a failure. I would feel like what I did didn't matter. I wouldn't have fun. It would be depressing. And ultimately, we're in the same sneaker space, but I don't want to chase other people's success. I'm proud of where I'm at, and I'm okay with the success that I'm having. Some months are really, really good. Some months I do terrible. Some videos get 5,000 views and I have 500,000 subscribers. But I choose the content that I put out there. I don't have somebody else dictate what I need to be uploading. And I find that's the best way for me to be able to maintain and also feel rejuvenated every time I create content for you guys, because I know I'm doing a video on a pair of shoes that maybe you guys don't care about. Maybe there's a small percentage that do care about it. And maybe I can complain a little bit about a YouTube algorithm not pushing content out to people because they were subscribed before like a button, like the bell button was created or whatever. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter what happens. I put the content out there, and if it gets views, it gets views. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and it doesn't make me a better or worse person. And I realize that some people are going to look at the videos that I create that are not very many views, and they're going to be like, oh, Hes fell off. Like, Hes only had 5,000 views on a video, and he has 500,000 subscribers. He's terrible. What a joke. Like, I know there's people that do that, and that's okay. At the end of the day, like, that's what happens. I look at it and go, that sucks. I wish it got more traction. But ultimately, again, you just got to be thankful for what you're at. And you don't want to, again, hold yourself to a higher standard or to a standard that somebody else is like at, because that's kind of what I'm saying about not trying to chase people's successes. It will just eat yourself up inside, and it won't feel good. And again, you should just be happy with what you're accomplishing. So as I mentioned, I don't want to chase other people's successes, but I also mean this as in you guys from your perspective, like chasing maybe my successes. A lot of people see what I do, or some people see what I do as successful, and I feel like I'm pretty successful. I mean, 500,000 subscribers is pretty awesome, and I feel like really fortunate when I'm able to get sneakers sent to me and get like paid and stuff for all the content that I'm creating. It's awesome feeling. But I don't want people to look at what I'm doing, especially other content creators out there that are just trying to get to that next level of just getting free shoes. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's really fun, but you shouldn't get caught up when you see like 5 other YouTubers get one package from these guys and you wanted to be one of those 5, or you wish you could be one of those ones. That happens to me too. I'm still not in with Nike or Jordan Brand, and I'm in their backyard and I still don't get stuff from them. It's just the way it goes. And I'm not butthurt about it. And I'm thankful that other people are able to be gifted some of this stuff. But ultimately, I'm not trying to chase their successes, just the same as other people that see my success shouldn't be trying to chase what I'm after either. There's a difference, I think, of striving for something, striving for levels of where you want to become, because I think that that's always important to set goals and, milestones, because those things really help define your successes long term. But those milestones should not be based on other people. Like, they should be based on what you're doing. I don't know how to describe that. I feel bad because I know that there's a lot of other content creators out there that are really small channels that wants to be able to break through. And dudes, I know all about that. Like, I had a kids like channel for a little while, and there's these kids that get millions and millions and millions of views. And like, I did a kid video and I'll get like 100 views or something like that. So I know that grind that you have to go through to try to get to that next level. But sometimes it's just about the grind, and you have to really stick with it and like make sure that like you're creating the right content and reevaluate yourself and what you're creating to be able to get to those next levels. I honestly don't. If somebody asked me how I got to where I'm at, I don't know what I would tell them other than just consistency. I've been here for a while, and I've constantly create content, and I have a lot of fun doing it. And so consistency and fun, the fact that I don't get bored of the sneakers and the material things, which I guess I'll round this out and finish off this video. I said, remember to find a balance with whatever crazy hobbies you have. This isn't too much of a balance. I'm over capacity. I need to sell 100 more pairs again. Like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like constantly getting shoes, and some of them are a lot of free shoes, which is fantastic and super fun. But there's like a threshold. I originally set up this room with this one wall, thinking that's the only wall that I have. It's always going to be one shoe off, one shoe on that wall, and those are the rotation of everything. But now you can see all these walls over here, and I have a wall there, and then tons of sneakers on the back over here too. So I mean, I've gone off the deep end, and part of the reason why is, again, it's a reset because I don't have the balance properly. I need to check myself because I don't have the time to curate the stuff and move the product out that I need to be able to just have the core amount that I have. Because the influx is always going to happen. When I have a sneaker YouTube channel, like, I'm going to get new shoes all the time to be able to review. Every year there's annual shoes that come out and stuff. And plus there's just a lot of stuff on the want list and the wish list. So, but yeah, so it's important to find that balance and to enjoy what you collect. Like, if I didn't enjoy it, I would have sold it all a long time ago and bought myself like something fancy. But I'm still here, and I'm happy when I get a pair of Crocs. Like, I got these Christmas Crocs that are super fresh with light up lights, and I'm happy also when I hit on sneakers and get something nice, like the Bodega Dunks. Even though I didn't even get my size, it's fun to be able to hit like that and get some stuff. So anyway, I don't know why I'm making this video. I feel like it's going to be pointless, and I know I'm going to toy with the idea of not even posting it, but now I just wasted all this time that I should have been doing other videos. So I'll probably post this one for you guys. At the end of the day, though, I don't know. I just want you guys to know that it's okay to not keep up with the person next to you. It's not a competition. As I always tell my son, it's not a competition. And find things that you enjoy and be okay with that. But also, don't go for broke. Don't overinvest into something just because you think that it's the thing that you should be doing because everybody else is doing it. You're not everybody else. You're you. And that's a super, super important thing to remember. So I'll leave it at that. Random ramble for this Thursday. And yeah, I don't know. I feel really weird about this. But sometimes I just like to talk. And maybe I just need to have some more alone time when the kids aren't here. Anyway, we'll see you guys hopefully back for some more actual sneaker content instead of just me blabbing my mouth. And have a good rest of the day. Peace, guys.